All right, folks, I'm going to do some examples up here. I was thinking it might be helpful, okay? All right, so it is recording and y'all can follow along. So just again, we've started unit 13 since yesterday. It's all quadratics. Today we're doing the same thing as yesterday. It's day 2 of solving by square rooting, okay? Solving by square roots. So I'll just do 2 examples, this one, another one, and then we'll be good. So this is taken just from your Delta Math today. So I'll do this example. Solve the following quadratic equation for all values of x in the simplest form. So it definitely is a quadratic equation because there's x squared involved. And usually solving quadratics meant factoring, like we did in a previous unit this semester so far. But these won't require factoring. Why? Because it's just x squared there. This x squared, there's no other x with degree 1, you know? It's just one x squared. So we want x squared by itself in this example, okay? So I'm going to subtract 16 on both sides. So I got negative 3x squared equals negative 3. So we're getting closer to getting x squared by itself. We just need to get rid of that negative 3. So let's divide negative 3 on both sides. And then we're sitting at x squared equals 1. All right, so we got x squared by itself, like I said. That's the first step, or the first main goal. But we want to solve for x. We want to solve for what x is. X squared is 1, okay? But we want what x is. So the trick is to square root both sides. And if you square root 1, what's up?
You square root 1?
Absolutely. You get 1, but you also get negative 1, okay? Square rooting any number, there's a positive and a negative answer, okay? So just run with that. Maybe it'll make sense in a little later on. So here are our 2 answers, and then when you type it into the Delta Math, you could use this button right here and use you see that positive negative sign in front just means there's 2 answers. Clear? Answers negative 1 and positive 1. Yeah, hope that. All right, let's do this one more example. Example 2. And I think that should be it. All right, this one, again, solve the following quadratic equation for all values of x in the simplest form. Yeah, it's just getting x squared by itself. Don't distribute the 3. Let's add 8 on both sides. Then we'll have 3 times x squared plus 1 equals 15. Don't distribute the 3 again, like I said. You can divide out the 3 because distributing will make it more complicated. Here we are, x squared plus 1 equals 5. And then you're going to get x squared equals 4. And then when you square root both sides, you'll see that x is 2 and negative 2. So in the answer, you put positive, negative 2. Submit your answer. All right, so this one last problem, we unfreeze this, is important. This is actually what's new today. It's not exactly a copy of everything yesterday. This one is a little different. And I'll tell you what's different is you have a parentheses being squared. That's quite different, and I need to show that, explain that. So, again, it's the same thing. Try to get x by itself. And in the other problems, it's first started by getting x squared by itself. But in this case, we don't have x squared. But what we do have is x plus 3 squared, what I just circled. So getting that by itself is the first step. Then we will square root. Okay. So if you plus 13 on both sides, we'll get rid of the 13. So boom, we got x plus 3 squared by itself. On the right side, we got 9. So here we go. This is now where we square root, because we got the squared thing by itself. And the other two problems was x squared by itself. But x plus 3 squared we got by itself.
If we can just get rid of the x squared, what's the point of even having this?
First, do it Tuesday.
Well, I mean, that's the equation. And you can get rid of the square. But you have to manipulate it first. So it's there, but it's not there if you choose it not to be there. You just got to go through the right process. I don't know. That seems to be a very almost philosophical question. Problems? Yes. So square root both sides now. So you have x plus 3 on the left. And what's square root of 9? It's not just 3. It's positive and negative 3. So what that means really is you have two equations.
Oh boy.
You see one that's equal to 3 and one that's equal to negative 3. Thank you, Javon. So from those two equations will be where our two answers come from. What are you doing, Claire? What are y'all talking about? X equals 0 is one answer. And x equals negative 6 is the other answer, okay? So this we will put it in here and another one with the plus symbol.